Well, Biggby Coffee makes it a priority to not only give us some delightful drinks and food, but the Michigan-born chain wants you to all enjoy that deliciousness together.
That's the whole point, right? Being the one for someone doesn't have to be grand or involved. It's as easy as spending time and just being engaged, especially with all those littles in our lives. Our next guest knows all about that. Welcome back, Vonnie Woodrick, the founder of I Understand. Hey, Vonnie.
I'm happy to be back.
Yes, we're happy to have you once more. Listen, there's a great thing that Biggby's doing right now that I think that you're going to talk about that's really going to help people get in and maybe have those conversations.
Yeah, absolutely. Kids in conversation instead of coffee in conversation, right?
Sure.
So this month, well, through mid-August, Biggby has kids drinks for 99 cents. So what a perfect way to treat your child and have some conversations.
Yeah, and let's talk about this too, because I think parents sometimes, or caregivers, or people who love their littles, they think you need a big to-do, right, to engage with these kids. But it can be, let's talk about how simple it can be just to go sit down, find a spot, get a drink, and hang out.
Yeah, you know what? Talking is one of the most important things that you can do for your kids. And that's one thing that we really want to do at I Understand is encourage everyone at every age to start talking, because talking can save lives. And really connecting with your kids with conversations, evoking, but what is it going to take to evoke a conversation that maybe you need to have, especially when it comes to grief and loss?
And that is a great segue into this book, because that book of yours deals with grief and loss. Marshmallow Cloud, you just like redid it, or
yeah.
Why did you decide to do this?
You know what the crazy thing is 38 years ago, I had a dream, and the dream was this story that I wrote in 35 years ago, my son was 3. I wrote the story in his baby book. Years later, and this was before Rob died, we self-published the book Marshmallow Clouds, and it's a story about a boy that climbs a ladder and has a play date with his dad in the clouds. Now this was done before his dad passed. Wow. So once we did the mental wellness exhibit at the Grand Rapids Children's Museum, we based that exhibit on Marshmallow Clouds and teaching emotions and weather elements. And so redoing the book allows us to evoke that conversation in a simple way that, you know, love never leaves us, and it just comes in different forms. And that's what we have to learn to recognize, and that's what we really need to start talking with kids at a young age about.
Well, and let's elaborate a little bit on that, because, you know, everyone deals with grief differently, and children obviously no exception. So how do we take that to them? I mean, obviously using something like a book like this, other ways we can help children deal with their grief.
Yeah, you know what? It's so simple. It's starting the conversation. Another partnership that we have is with Helen DeVos Children's Hospital, and we provide cloud kits. And these cloud kits have simple things that parents can take from home, like bubbles. Why are we blowing bubbles? Because we breathe in 1, 2, 3, and we breathe out 1, 2, 3, and we're teaching breathing techniques. Simple things like coloring, sitting down and coloring with your child to distract the mind and just start conversations and asking questions.
And of course, this doesn't have to be limited to anyone who's lost a loved one. I mean, this book can, well, what other types of grief that kids can face as well? Yeah,
well, it's not just the grief of a family member, right? It's grief of your fish, of your dog, of maybe your parents are going through a divorce, a grief of relationship. It's grief of maybe they had to move away, or maybe they didn't get the teacher that they wanted. It's all of these things that affect our kids, and maybe they get a little defiant, maybe they get crabby, and maybe it's not maybe the defiance is what's causing the anxiety that this is causing, is what we need to talk about.
Absolutely. Let them understand it's okay to feel their feelings, and talking about it is a big help. So if people want to get a hold of this book, Vonnie, where can they find it?
IUnderstandLoveHeals.org. But if you join us on August 7th at Legacy Park in Ada, we have Voices of Hope. Every voice counts, and we will have a stand, and Biggby is providing free beverage coupons for anybody that stops by and says hi, buys a book. So we're excited about that.
Love that partnership with I Understand Love Heals, Biggby and Fox 17. That's been doing such good things. We want to continue this. Please go to Legacy. Thank you, Biggby, for encouraging 99-cent drinks, right? I mean, there's some encouragement for you to get in there and be the one for someone, this time your kids.
Yeah, absolutely. Vonnie, thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back.